What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode of What's New in Tackle Warehouse. Just a few things for you today. Small sampling of some of the baits that we got in the last week or so. The first couple I got here is all from Strike Pro. I believe we got around 8 or 10 different baits from Strike Pro. Just got a few to show you here. This first one here is the Cranky X Deep Crankbait. Now they also have a Cranky X regular crankbait that only runs about 2 to 4 feet. This is the deep version. What's cool about these little crankbaits is it's got this huge weight transfer system in there. As you can see it when you're rolling it back and forth on these kind of ghostier colors. So it allows you to cast a mile, which you don't normally get to do that with these small size crankbaits. So you can throw this on bait casting gear, don't have to throw it on a spinning rod, but just a great little crankbait to cover a lot of water with, get a lot of bites. So the Cranky X Deep. This next one here is the Bold Jerkbait. I like this jerkbait design, real flat-sided, so it flashes, gets a lot of erratic action. Again, just like all the other Strike Pros, it's got that big weight transfer system in it. So great casting distance, and then it balances out perfectly, suspends in the water. Plus 3 treble hooks. I love jerkbait with 3 treble hooks and not 2, so you get a much better hookup ratio. Some awesome colors, great hardware, just awesome bait there from Strike Pro. All right, this next one is the one I'm most excited about in the whole Strike Pro line. Super cool bait. This is the new Astro Vibe blade bait. As you can see here, it's your traditional style blade bait, but it's highly detailed, and then it has a polycarbonate belly in the middle that actually features rattles. So I've never seen another blade bait that actually has rattles. So you're almost combining the features of a rattle trap and a blade bait all into one. Got the 3 slots on there on top so you can change the amount of vibration. I mean, you could throw this thing, cast and wind it, you can jig it off the bottom, drop straight down on fish, yo-yo it, do whatever you want with this thing, and it's gonna get a lot of bites. Also, great paint jobs on these, really just a lot of detail with the molded gill plates and the eyeballs, you know, it just really brings that bait fish imitation to life, especially with that belly on there. So just a little bit different than your standard just flat blade bait. So check that one out there by Strike Pro. Last one I got from Strike Pro, another funky looking one, but it actually gets a lot of big bites. This is the new Hunchback Pro Wake Bait. So as you can see here, got a really sharp bill angle on there, so it puts off a really big wake. Got a really loud rattle in there, so it's gonna call fish from a long distance with that loud one knocker in there. Beefy, super sharp treble hooks on there. So if you guys are looking for a new wake bait to try, just something different, fish really haven't seen this style of bait, definitely check out the Hunchback. All right, next up from Pepper Custom Lures, we got the new Swing Low Weedless Underspin. So I love to throw underspin, but there's not a lot of weedless options out there. Most of them are just a jig head and a jig hook. This kind of incorporates the design of a screw lock, weedless screw lock swim bait hook and a jig head all into one. So you still have the jig head, you know, profile with the nice molded eyes on there and the gill plates and everything. We got the screw lock and the EWG style hook that gives you a perfectly weedless presentation. Also, you get a great hookup ratio with the wide gap. Your baits are able to collapse down, get a nice hook in the fish. The blades actually hangs a little bit lower because it's wire, and it's got a nice ball bearing swivel, so you get awesome blade rotation no matter what retrieve speed you're at. Trocar hook on there, super sharp. Everyone knows how great the Trocar hook is. And the double keel design here on below the gill plates actually keeps the bait running true all the time. So you can burn it, you can run it slow, and this thing's gonna track straight all the time. Just a cool, super cool design there by Pepper Custom Lures. All right, next up from Blade Runner Tackle, just in time for A-rigging season. A lot of you guys are already on it. Some parts of the country, it's about to be on fire here soon. So this is the new weightless A-rig hook. So you can see it's just a hook, but with a screw lock keeper. So it's specifically made for throwing A-rigs. And traditionally, when everyone wants to throw an Alabama rig, you have to throw, you know, some sort of jig head on there. And what that does is it's gonna, you know, it adds a lot of weight to your rig, and you can't fish it as slow as you would like. You can't fish it as shallow as you would like in certain situations. If you're really trying to get, you know, up over the top of cover, or you're really trying to do a really subtle finesse presentation. If you wanted to go weightless, you would have to use a screw lock hook, and you know that design, you're not going to get as good a hookup ratio because you don't have an exposed jig hook. This kind of eliminates that screw lock that's molded around the shank on there. Put your bait on there, and it's going to hold it in place really well. And then you're getting all the benefits of having an exposed jig hook, but you're going to be able to have the, you know, the slow presentation and, you know, fishing areas as you would with a weightless rig. So just, you know, something different. If you guys are looking to change up your A-rig presentations, definitely throw that in your arsenal from Blade Runner Tackle. All right, next up from Daiwa, one that we're all super stoked about here at Tackle Warehouse because we do a lot a lot of surf fishing around, all season long. This is the new Daiwa TD Minnow. Now, the Daiwa TD Minnows have been around for a long time. We finally got the 120 size. So, I mean, this jerkbait right here casts a mile. You can feel inside the tungsten ball that's inside there and how heavy it is and how much weight transfers to the tail, and you're gonna be able to cast at a very long distance. Super short bill on here, so it gets really tight, erratic action. The one thing I like about it the most is the super sticky sharp hooks on there. So they kind of have a slick Teflon gray coating on there. So, I mean, you barely touch these things, you're gonna get great hook penetration. And they're an EWG style hook, so any fish that you do hook on them is gonna stay pegged no matter what. They got some awesome colors and just great jerkbait for, doesn't matter if you're doing freshwater fishing, saltwater fishing, wherever you're at, this thing gets a lot of bites. So check this one out from Daiwa. Last up from Fish Monkey, we got a couple new sets of gloves. Spring, summer is just around the corner. Some of the southern states, you guys are gonna be full-blown summer mode here in a few weeks. So the first ones I got here are the new half-finger guide gloves. What's cool about these is they got the elongated cuff on them, so it keeps your wrist covered, so you're not having any any areas between your shirt, long sleeve shirt and your wrist that aren't going to be protected from the sun. UPF 50 protection. The half-finger design, you can just get better dexterity. You can, you're not having any problems. Rig and tackle, handling fish. Got the synthetic palms on there, so you get really good grip still. And then if you don't want the elongated cuff design, we got the half-finger stubby glove, the guide glove. So this is really cool if you just want to protect the back of your hands and you don't want all the bulk and length of a full-on guide glove. Still awesome, UPF 50 protection, the 4-way stretch material on these. Super comfortable, don't even feel like you're wearing gloves. They dry really quickly. Got the synthetic palm on there, synthetic leather palm, so you get great gripping strength as well. Just a couple new sets of gloves are going to be perfect for spring, summertime fishing coming up here very shortly. Thanks for watching this week's episode of What's New in Tackle Warehouse. For more information or to purchase products seen here today, please click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments section which one of these products you're most excited about.